The AeA of Orange County presents the 15th Annual High Tech Awards. U.S. Competitiveness, as viewed by our nominee thought leaders.
Well, my view with respect to American competitiveness is that we are clearly the most innovative country in the world. We have the talent and the motivation and the desire to succeed here. And I think that new technology clearly is the way that America is going to maintain a competitive environment in the years going forward.
I believe that as Americans, we have the ability and we have the personality as a country to continue to be competitive. But unless we as the adults running the program right now realize that our kids coming up into into the world that we are running today, if we don't prepare them and give them a better education and provide them with foundational things that they need to succeed in a highly competitive, fast advancing world, we're very quickly going to lose that position. If we haven't already lost our edge, the bottom line is it can take decades to catch back up. So even if we're behind today, we need to start right now in order to assure that the next generation is going to have a shot at competing with China and Korea and Ireland and the EU as this combined monster that it is. I think America's competitiveness by its nature definitely has a good future, but we have to build the foundation to allow it to be possible. Otherwise, it's just words and it doesn't mean a thing.
I still think American competitiveness is great. I think that in America we've realized that it is a flat world, it's a global economy. And I still think that the resources, the education systems that we have, the talent that we were able to develop is still superior.
Well, I think American competitiveness is good in the technology areas. It's not as good in labor-intensive activities. But it's funny that you would ask. Our company also belongs to an organization called the National Center for Manufacturing Sciences, which is a nonprofit out of Michigan, actually Ann Arbor, Michigan. The purpose of that organization is to promote manufacturing in the United States, which is a very difficult job because regulations, because of people not wanting it in their backyard. The hurdles are huge in this country anymore. You can see our automobile industry struggling with labor costs, and you see our steel industry is gone, basically. And a lot of those are result of regulations, environmental regulations, legal regulations.
To be competitive, you have to innovate. And traditionally, America is the best place for innovation. And that's why in our industry, you see USB 1.1, USB 2.0, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. Most of the new technology are created and defined in the US. And also, that's why you see great businesses like Apple, YouTube, Google, they're all in America. So overall, I think essentially that unique spirit of freedom, that mindset of anything can be done, anything is possible, I think that is going to continue driving the leadership.
Well, it always takes money now, doesn't it? What you really have to do is have a passion of conviction, don't you? I mean, that's really what we're looking for. I was asked to come on board as one of the founding board members because I'm really such a shy person. And they know that my passion of conviction meant that I was going to go out there and I was going to pitch our wares. I was going to pitch this public policy. I was going to make it heard from the rooftops that we want our women in technology. We want to remain competitive, and you need to come on board. But we realize that that takes funds, and so if we're going to support our constituency as technology companies, then we're going to support those in a nonpartisan fashion who are going to forward our initiatives.
Silicon Systems today, we have the benefit of having been established now 5.5 years in business, and we have established ourselves, and we sell in all areas of the globe. It's a challenge to become a global leader, and it's a bigger challenge to remain a global leader. I think the innovation that we have in the thought process, in the tools, in the talent pool available to the United States, to us here in the United States, is very important as part of that. And what we have to do, though, is we have to look how can we remain cost competitive as firms come on and try to compete with us as the technology gets better understood in the lower cost centers around the world. Do we put one of our manufacturing facilities in Vietnam or in China, for example, in order to remain cost competitive? Still do the intellectual development, the architectural development of the product here in the United States, because I feel we're a world leader at that, but possibly take items that can be done more cost effectively offshore.
It's what I call relentless focus on excellence, and there's, to me, no real secret to that other than making it a key part of your culture so you do not lose focus on satisfying customers. And we do feel like, we have the best and the brightest here at our disposal. And most of the innovation in the world comes out of America. And we continue to focus on staying at the front edge of that.
That's a great question. I mean, I can only speak, well, I'll just speak to the IT sector. This is one of the most vibrant countries on the planet when it comes to creativity in information technology. I mean, all the big brands, where are they? They're here in the United States. For sure, a lot of our manufacturing has moved overseas. Emulix is no exception there. But the value in wealth creation is in that intellectual property. It's in the creation of these products, not necessarily the manufacture. And I think I've rarely seen so much creativity happening here today in the United States. And as long as that continues, as long as we continue to foster the ability to take risks, an entrepreneurial spirit, have great risk taking, have a free flow of ideas, between companies and businesses, I think we're going to stay at the forefront of at least the IT sector for the foreseeable future.
The AeA's 15th Annual High Tech Awards will be held at the Hyatt Regency on April 29th. For information or tickets, please call 949-450-1500.